Newton's shell theorem simplifies gravitational calculations and proves that objects outside of a spherically symmetric body behave, gravitationally, as though the body is a point mass, whilst for objects inside that spherical shell there is no gravitational net force at all. We'll derive the proof. To start off with, we'll need to introduce a concept called surface density. For this video, we'll label that as sigma. When you have an object whose thickness is far less than its width and length, like paper, the surface density is used instead, and unlike regular mass density, which has the units of kilograms per meter cubed, surface density has units kilograms per meter square. Newton's shell theorem states that we have a spherical shell of radius r with surface density sigma, and that any object at any position inside it will experience zero net force. But how do we prove this? Begin by drawing a diagram and picking an arbitrary point P and drawing two area cones of equal solid angle around it. These cones will have areas dA1 and dA2 respectively, and be separated from P by R1 and R2. Now we can ask the question, what is the gravitational acceleration felt at P by area cones 1 and 2? We know the equations for point mass force and gravitational acceleration, but these are point mass equations, not applicable to areas. More on a trick for dealing with this in a second. We note that these two cones are pointing 180 degrees apart from one another, and that the mass's attraction on P must net sum to zero. Since they're generic, what is true for this specific cone configuration must be true for all other configurations. And by making the dAs infinitesimal, we can utilize the point mass equations. We start with the equation everything will be substituted into, and that is the gravitational acceleration formula. We can define the mass outlined in the area cone to be dm equaling surface density times the area, demonstrating unitally, for those who've never come across surface density before, that it works dimensionally. Between solid angle and radius to find our substitute for dA. Just as radians are an angle system used for 2D systems, steradians are used for 3D solid angles, and they are related by the following equation. Concerning our setup, we can use another nifty mathematical trick. Imagine a second sphere originating from origin with radius 1, creating a secondary area cone. The ratio between cone area and surface area of the sphere will be the same for spheres 1 and 2. By simultaneous equation, we can then say the following. And by the relation of solid angle, area, and radius, we can nicely rewrite the following, thus prepping us for the final substitution. Returning to dm equaling surface area times cone area, we can sub in for the cone area and drop the new equation back into the gravitational formula. What we find is that the acceleration felt by an object internal to the sphere is independent of its